Mills Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Mills Fleet Farm is your fishing headquarters.
Welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. We're hunting for trophy walleyes in Oconto, Wisconsin.
Hey, John Gillespie! Hey, John
This is a big, beautiful fish.
Oh, is that awesome? Holy moly! Oh my God! Look at the size of that walleye, Danny! Look at the size of that fish. Yes, folks, we finally got a little bit warmer weather moving into the upper Midwest. And, you know, when you start seeing 40s and 50s and think that that's warm, there's something wrong in life. But no, that should get the fish going, don't you think?
Yeah, you know, the water's going to start warming up. The fish are going to be pushing closer to where they're going to spawn, and, you know, they're going to get more active. It's been tough the last few weeks.
Now, we're on the west side of the Bay of Green Bay, and there's a number of streams and rivers that come in here, Brett.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what draws these walleyes in.
Exactly. You know, a lot of the fish run up those rivers to spawn, but there's a lot of fish that spawn out here in the bay. And we're looking for warm, dirty water in front of these creek mouths or river mouths, and those are the areas where they're going to spawn, wherever it's the warmest water.
Well, I can't believe it. Here we are, you know, almost to the end of April, and we're still going through ice chunks out here, and there's still ice in the middle of the bay.
Yeah, there's a lot of ice out here still.
Well, have you ever seen a spring this bad?
Nope, this is the worst one in my life.
Well, things are getting better, though, aren't they?
I hope so.
Hey, we got our buddy Rob along, and of course Blake is here. We're going to get some walleyes?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, folks, we'll show what we're using and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this.
You can't choose the weather, but you can choose to dress for it. Introducing Blackfish Performance Wear for the ultimate sun protection and cooling comfort. Using chemical-free cooling technology, our Shade and Eclipse series is designed with unique fabric to wick moisture away, as well as create pockets for air to keep you cool. Whether on the boat or on the dock, choose Blackfish, because you can choose the weather. Blackfishgear.com.
My dad was never too busy to take me fishing. It was our special time together. He taught me which lures to use, how to cast, how to land big fish. Some days were better than others. Now that I'm older, I treasure those memories of our time on the water, and am glad that I can make new memories for my kids. Mills Fleet Farm, helping to create outdoor memories since 1955.
From the makers of the best-selling Yamaha Grizzly and Kodiak 700 comes the all-new Kodiak 450, the world's only midsize ATV with Yamaha-proven off-road capability, all-day comfort, and confidence-inspired performance. The all-new Kodiak 450, starting at just $59.99.
Hey, here we go, Jolly. All right, welcome back, folks. This is our second drift, and we missed one on the first drift.
Yep.
Feel like a good fish, Brett?
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
All right, buddy. Oh, yeah, look at that walleye there, man. That is a beautiful fish there, Brett Jolly.
Yeah.
And you know those Livingston lures kind of make a noise, but you work them, you kind of bounce them off the bottom. Is that the deal?
Yeah, you rip it up, let it drop, rip it up, let it drop. Oh, it's stuck on.
Look at the size of that fish. That is,
nice,
and that
chunky one.
That's not big, right?
No, that's kind of average. It's a smaller female. You can see she's still got a fat belly full of eggs.
Now, what depth of water do we concentrate on this time of year?
We're going to be fishing like 5 to 8 feet of water.
That's shallow.
Yep.
Hey, that was a nice walleye you caught to start the day.
Yeah, it was a real nice one.
Yeah, let's talk about baits that you use here. You want reactionary strikes out of these fish. So you like that Google Eye jig with a Kalin's jerk minnow on it. That Google Eye, you like the noise.
I do. It adds that extra noise to it, and that's something we didn't really have with other jigs in the past. Now we got the jig that makes a bunch of noise, and it catches fish.
So that's a little glass tube in there with a rattle. Yeah. And the other bait that you like out here is the Livingston Pro Ripper, and you cast those out. That's kind of like a rattle trap, but you cast it out and
you rip it up, and then you reel down the slack. They always hit as you're coming down on the slack, so you got to keep a tight line as you come down, and they're great baits.
Oh, you got another one on. Now, this is a real small walleye.
Oh, there's another one following it.
There's another one following it. Oh, my gosh. Look at that, folks. Look at that walleye. Way to go there, Jolly. Now, I want to mention one thing, folks, that those Livingston Pro Rippers actually have a noisemaker in there called electronic bait sounds, Jolly. So they kind of put out a Cisco noise. Did you know that?
Sure.
That's
that puts out a lot of noise, and helps the walleyes find it.
And again, you just cast that out and...
Yeah, you're just ripping it up, dropping it down, and they hit on the drop almost every single time.
There was another fish following that one in?
There was a male following it. This is a smaller female. There was a male chasing it.
Hey, Blake, yeah, way to go there, Blake. Now, remember not to pump. Just keep your rod tip up and reel, okay? How'd you like that bite?
That was right. That was a... Oh.
Keep them coming. It could be a big fish. Somebody got the net up there?
I'll get it.
Okay,
Feels
Rob's
good.
going to get it. Now, keep your rod tip up. Oh, Blake, a nice northern pike there, Blake. Hey, oh. Nice job there, Blake.
That.
Is that unusual, Brett?
No, there's a lot of pike, especially in this size range and a little bit bigger, but we catch a ton of pike. There's a really good year class of them like this.
Good time now to talk about limits and whatnot. As far as the walleyes are concerned, after opening day, that first Saturday in May, how many walleyes can you keep out here?
5 fish per person with a 15-inch minimum.
Okay, and that's after opening day.
Yep.
And Blake, what do you think?
It's cool. I missed one earlier.
You just got ripped, huh?
Yeah, hopefully this one will stay pinned.
Okay, man. Yeah, well, you lost one on your first cast of the day.
Yeah.
All right, Robbo. Look at that. And, you know, of course, Jolly will say, oh, I'm just an average walleye. But no, that's a beauty. And you know what's interesting? And I've been trying all the plastics today. It seems like those rattle baits, that's the way to go, huh, Rob?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a beautiful fish. And when we release this one, I'm going to add, you guys can show how you're working that. We talked about it before. But that's a female, Brett?
Yeah, she's a chunky little female.
Yeah, and that's pre-spawn?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Can you feel the bottom and see how hard they are? So
pretty solid yet.
now that's a good thing because the best fish, there's still good fishing for a long time here.
Oh yeah, we got a few more weeks of really good shallow water fishing, and then the fishing's great all year out here, so there's never a bad time to be catching them.
As I mentioned, folks, I've been using the plastics all morning and haven't gotten a bite yet. And you guys are using those Pro Rippers, but the retrieve is really important. Brett, maybe you can show us that retrieve.
Well, it's basically just a lift and reel. You know, you lift it up, you'll feel it rattle as it comes up, and you reel down the slack. And you want to reel that slack down and keep it tight because they almost always bite on the drop.
And is it a real hard hit?
Sometimes it is, but usually all you feel is a little tick.
I had to switch to that bait. Ooh, this feels like a really good, ooh, this is a big walleye. This is a real big walleye. Look at the size of this walleye. Holy cow, look at this guy, you guys. Look at that fish. Oh no. Darn, that was pushing 9 pounds, wasn't it, Brett? Yeah, that's a shame, man.
Fish.
All right, let's see what we got here. Now just keep your rod tip high, right, Giles?
Yep. keep your
Yeah,
rod
there you
tip
go,
up
and just keep it coming in.
keep it nice and tight.
Okay, her drag's a little loose there. Okay, keep her coming.
I do like these new rods.
Well, we could, that's that Jason Mitchell rod that I love too. Is he fighting pretty good?
Yeah.
All right. Look at Brett's back here with the old Netterino. Oh, look at that walleye for Blake. Look at that walleye. Way to go! Well, we'll get them unhooked, but no, seriously, I want to. These rods are really nice.
Super
And-
light.
Yeah, they are. And my friend Jason Mitchell, who also has a TV show and guides out in North Dakota, he designed these Jason Mitchell rods, and they're designed really for Midwest fishing. And I love them for all species, but for walleyes, they're super light, aren't they?
Yeah, extremely.
And a good feel to them.
Yes, yeah. You can definitely feel the bite with these.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, Jason, by the way, for
Yeah, thank
designing
you.
these. I'm using the 7-foot, and you're using the 6.6. But you know, I used Fenwick's for years, the Elite Techs, and they're really expensive. This is every bit as good as a Fenwick, in my opinion, and $60 less.
Yeah.
We're gonna hold up your walleye.
Yeah.
One of the reasons that I love to send guys out, on your guide trips, is you teach them how to do this. Blake's
yeah.
never done this type of fishing before.
She's catching fish now. She's learned.
Yeah.
Getting the hang of it.
But it's not that difficult.
No, it's actually pretty easy, and there's a lot of fish out here, so it's pretty easy to learn how to do it.
Folks, there's nothing better than taking a Johnsonville lunch break in the boat. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Hey, new product now. These are flame grilled Johnsonville sausage. What Johnsonville does, they do all the work for you at the factory. They actually grill them for you. They got really delicious casings, and of course they're 100% pure, wonderful pork. Now, the deal is you can microwave them in the oven for 45 seconds if you're in a hurry, or you can put them on the grill for just a few minutes, turn them a little bit till they're golden brown, and they're absolutely wonderful. 3 different flavors. They got the Italians, regular brats, and the sweet and spicy. This is the sweet and spicy. Take a bite.
That's really good.
That really is. Johnsonville flame grilled sausage, folks. Look for them at your favorite grocer today. We are fishing the Bay of Green Bay out of Oconto, Wisconsin. A 2-hour drive from Milwaukee, 3.5 hours from Chicago, and 4.5 hours from Minneapolis.
Excellent. Oh, there's a good one. Awesome.
Beautiful fish.
Look at how he ate that,
He
too.
ate that Google Eye jig.
This is the Google Eye. It's available in a live bait series and then a long hook shank series. And what we did is we took a glass rattle and built it into the middle of the round jig head and just bouncing it. It hits the bottom, that glass rattle's rattling and it's sending off vibration in this dirty water in this river, and that's the result right there.
This one's coming home with me.
I fish the Great Lakes, the small lakes of northern Wisconsin. What I love about the Recon is the amount of fishing space that I have, the way it gets on plane, the way it rides in big waves. It's just a great all-around boat.
They get up on plane quick, and you don't deal with porpoising like you do in a lot of other boats. These boats run flat.
This boat is so stable. You can have 3 or 4 guys on one side of the boat, man, and it is just perfectly stable.
These boats are designed by fishermen. Big space in the back here where I always fish, and then 2 up fishing in front. A lot of room up there as well.
And the great thing, the Recon is considerably less expensive than other boats in its class. To custom design your own Recon boat, go to reconboats.com. Folks, when I head out to fish, I always stock up on my favorite Baitmate fish attractants. Dale, I just put that Baitmate on, man. Baitmate offers a complete line of fish attractants and convenient spray bottles for every angler and every species of fish. They've got your bait covered. I also have the newest Baitmate delivery system in my boat, Baitmate Ultra Live Game Fish Dip. Simply flip open the lid and dip your bait for even application every time, and it's ideal for frequent casting. I just dipped that in the Baitmate, you know that? Improve your chances of catching fish with Baitmate fish attractants. It just makes sense. Folks, what we're doing is making long passes, and we're drifting with the wind, Brett, and I know that you're using the Minn Kota to kind of slow us down a little bit, but when you're going back to start a drift, you do not like to drive over the area you're going to fish.
Right, never drive over your fish. You always want to go way out and around, otherwise you're going to spook those fish and they'll be gone.
And you don't necessarily like to fish around other boats.
I try to get away from everybody. You want to be fishing quiet water.
Yeah.
When you got other guys running over the top of your fish, those fish spook and they're gone. Find fish on your own in a quiet spot and you're going to catch them.
And really, I want to point out again, we're fishing anywhere between 5 and 8 feet of water. Yep. And the water's relatively clear, so you're going to spook those fish if you come zooming in.
They'll be gone.
I think that Johnsonville helped you out there, Jolly.
Yeah. It filled me up good.
Hey, turn around so I can smile, will you? There you go, buddy.
Fish up here.
I just lost one, and that looks like a good one, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a big one.
That's a big one? That's a big one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a beautiful walleye. Look at that walleye. Oh, Brett Jolly, is that a beautiful fish, buddy?
That's a nice one.
Nice. See, I'll tell you what, you got to stop and eat some Johnsonvilles.
It helps.
You know, that really does help. Turn around, though, Joel. Let's see him. Oh, my gosh. Look at the size of that walleye. That's 9 pounds or what?
I don't know. Probably 8, 9, maybe. That's a good fish.
Now, is that uncommon?
No, there's a ton of fish in here, especially this time of year. We get a lot of really big fish.
Hey, I want to mention, too, you know, we kind of talked about it a little bit later or a little bit earlier in the program, when you guide and guys come out here after the first week in May and you guide walleyes, is it pretty common for the boat to go home with their limit?
Oh yeah, we catch limits of eating size fish. We put these big ones back all the time, but the nice 15 to 20 inches, we catch a pile of them almost every trip.
Good one, Rod?
Yeah, it feels pretty good, John.
All right, buddy.
Good head shakes.
Yeah, you know, that's 2 in the last 5 minutes. If we get this one in.
Oh, yeah. Big one. Big one.
Oh, big fish. Oh, yeah. Look at the size of that one, Rob. Oh, that is a giant, Rob.
Yep.
Do not lose that fish.
Good. Not hooked good.
Okay, all right, all right.
It's full of eggs.
Oh, look at that walleye. Rob, that is a giant Slavosaurus.
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, way to go there, Rob. Hey, Blake, you go up there with Rob because I don't think you've ever seen a walleye that big in your life. Jolly, how big is that?
It's got to be
over 10.
Oh my gosh.
That's probably over 12.
No, that's a 12-pound walleye, Rob.
That's a giant.
Holy cow. Now that again is a pre-spawn, you guys?
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
Those are all eggs.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. One more time though. One more. Actually, we got to get a still picture. Brian can take one there.
Okay.
I mean, that's just a fabulous fish. And you know, during lunch, you guys, we were talking. You can let her go if you want there. But Jolly, you and I were talking during lunch. There's very few places in the world where you can do this.
Yeah, I mean, Green Bay is just phenomenal for big, big walleyes. We have so many 10-pound plus fish. It's awesome.
Hey, another one, Jolly.
Yeah.
Oh, here he comes. This is a now
that's
a
male.
nice walleye anywhere you go, folks.
Yeah.
But after seeing Rob's, that's a midget, Jolly.
Yeah, it's just a little male.
It's a jolly walleye.
Probably the one that was chasing his.
But you know, that's folks. When Brett talks about fishing up here, May, June, and July, that's the size that you guys keep and get limits of, right?
Yeah, these are the great eaters. These are the ones we like to take home. And we always put the big ones back.
Ooh, this one feels good, you guys. This one feels good. This is on the Kalins. This is on the Kalins. All right, all right. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, this is a big fish. This is a big fish.
It's a whitefish.
Yeah, big whitefish though, man. Holy cow. Jolly, that's not fair, man. I work all day and I catch a whitefish.
People like catching those.
No, I do. But you want to know something, folks? For a whitefish, this is a big boy. And you know, these we fish for these obviously in the winter here, but they're in here chasing the walleye eggs, aren't they? Yeah. I mean, that's a big whitefish, isn't it?
It's a big one.
And look at, he's got that Kalin's right down there, man. That's what, about a 5-pounder? Yeah. On the Kalin's plastic, and you were right, Brett. As soon as it got that sun went down a little bit, feels like a decent walleye, buddy. I'll tell you, this is just so much fun after ice fishing all year, man. And we got ourselves we got a walleye. Nice net job there, Blake. You know, it is interesting, you know, folks, all day we have fished and caught most of the fish on the vibrating baits, and getting towards later in the day here, and he really ate that Kalin's, didn't he, Jolly?
Oh yeah.
Just ripped it. Now that's a perfect eating size walleye. That's a small female, you think, Brett?
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah. Boy, did he hit that though, man. Hey, taking a break in the fishing, folks, there's a cool event coming up in St. Germain, Wisconsin. It's the 2nd annual Fishing with the Stars, and it's a one-day tournament, right, Rob?
One-day tournament, May 19th. Friday night we have a rules meeting and a little get-together. We have door prizes and raffles and such. Saturday is the tournament, and there will be 3 winners that will be picked after the tournament's over, and those 3 winners will get to fish with you, myself, and Pete the next day while we're filming a John Gillespie show.
Yeah, they're going to be on TV with us, myself, Pete Mena, and you. And again, for more information, folks can...
probably best is just contact the St. Germain Chamber, and that number is 715-477-2205.
And they can also go to...
Yeah, they could go online and on the St. Germain website, and you can register online also.
What do you got there, Brett?
I got a walleye that's barely hooked.
Barely hooked. Get that net up there, Blake. Get that net up there.
A little male.
Yeah.
Oh, don't fall out.
You know, one thing that has really been interesting. Good job with the net there, Blake. One thing that's been interesting, Brett, and you pointed this out before. We got a beautiful spring evening. The wind is completely laid down, and the bite bite got tough when the wind stopped, didn't it?
It really did. You know, it just died right off. We were getting some pretty decent action prior to that, but that's one thing out here on the bay. Wind is crucial when we're jigging. You know, wind definitely makes for a better jigging bite.
Now that right there, if it was after opening day, that is the perfect eater walleye.
That would be a perfect eater.
It's now time to announce this week's winners of the Mills Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2018 Fishing Contest.
Dave Luzar of Iron River caught this 16-inch crappie in Iron River on a jig. Edward Gomall of Delavan caught this 40-inch northern pike in Delavan on a dead whitefish. Jim Bushman of Marshfield boated this 29-inch walleye on the Petenwell flowage on a minnow. Michael Leibnitz of Milwaukee caught this 34-inch brown trout on Lake Michigan on a minnow. And this week's kids winners are Gabe Wank of Pewaukee caught this 38-inch northern in Waukesha County on a smelt. And Zach Kolbeck of Green Bay caught this 30-inch walleye on the Fox River on a Smithwick.
Our adult winners will receive a $25 Mills Fleet Farm gift card, and our kids winners will receive a Plano tackle box. Mills Fleet Farm, your fishing gear headquarters.
Hi, Len Groom from Amsoil here, and we're talking about new product today. We've got ATV, UTV oil change kits built by Amsoil for a variety of Polaris ATVs and UTVs. With the growing popularity of ATVs and UTVs, this just made sense to do. It takes all of your outstanding Amsoil products, puts them in one convenient kit. For more information, check out our website, amsoil.com, and look at the Power Sports Lookup Guide.
Let us make this absolutely clear. The days of wasted casts and missed opportunities are over. New Mega Imaging takes fishing into the megahertz range for the first time, because higher frequency sonar means higher frequency of this. Without a doubt, it's the most detailed picture of the world below ever. And it's only from Humminbird.
Blake Gillespie here for Mills Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters. Whether you're pairing a reel with one of your favorite rods or replacing an old reel, Mills Fleet Farm is the place to be. I'm here to pick up a spinning reel for our next bass trip, but Mills Fleet Farm has reels for any fish that you're targeting. That's why I shop at Mills Fleet Farm, because I know they'll have everything I need.
Oh, I got one on the back now, John, right after you caught that last one, buddy. Ooh, this one feels pretty good. This one feels pretty good. That's out of Kalin's again, guys. Okay, and I'll show you what I did here, Brett. Ooh, this one's fighting good. Ooh, look at that walleye. Look at the size of that walleye. Go, Blake, get up. Nicely done. Brett, come on back here, buddy. What I did there, and I just talked to you, I said, you know, it's so calm out that I'm going to put on a lighter jig head. And that's that Google Eye jig that we talked about at the top of the program. And with a little rattle in there, gives off a little bit of a noise. And I went to a lighter color, you know, Kalin's color. But I'll tell you, that Google Eye, what do you think of the Googly?
Oh, love the Googly.
Do you love the Googly?
I do.
Yeah, I do too. But look at the size of that walleye.
Wow.
Isn't that a beautiful fish?
It really is.
Now, that is about, you say 28, and feels like about 7 pounds, I'd say.
Yeah, spawned out, you know, she's gonna be about 7 pounds.
Oh, you know how much I love this every year when we do this?
It's fun.
I mean, seriously, you know, you don't have to catch 20 fish a day.
Right. You know, you catch fish like that, and the one Rob had earlier, I mean, it makes for a heck of a good day.
And it's a thrill, isn't it, when they bite?
Yeah, it is. It's fun.
Oh, wait, look at this. No, I don't need the net, Blake, but look at the... Hey, Jolly, you were telling me about this, buddy. Look at the size of these perch, man. And you said you had them up to 14 inches the other day?
That's not even close to as big as some of them.
But, I mean, that's a beauty. I'd love to see these come back in the bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like a little smallmouth or something. Hey, here we go. On that plastic and Google Eye jig again, guys. When I set the hook on that one, though, he came out of the water, so I don't think he's that big, Brett. But they're all fun, folks. Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice walleye. There, Blake. There you go, Blake. Hey, come here, Blake. That's fun. There's a nice eater size right there. Although, there we go.
It's a good one.
Oh yeah, and the Googaloo again, huh? Yeah, a nice fatty there.
Yeah.
And that Google Eye jig, man, with that chartreuse Kalin's jerk minnow.
Yeah, that noise really matters.
Did you see when I set the hook there? The thing almost came out of the water.
Yeah.
Ah, fun. Ooh, another one on the Kalins. Another one on the Kalins and the googly eye jig. Ooh, and this feels like a decent fish too, guys. Ooh, I don't know, man. This feels like a pretty good fish. Jolly. Oh, just another nice walleye. Not even that big, but that's fun, man. There we go. And you know, that's really weird though, switching to that bright colored Kalins, you know, going to that chartreuse. And you said the other day it was the Arkansas Shiner that was the key.
Yep.
But man, there we go. Another beautiful walleye. And that's how they'll hit a Kalins, right? They'll T-bone it like that?
They eat it. Yeah, they just smack it.
Yeah. Wow. How much fun is this, man? I mean, it really is.
Captain Brett Jolly guides the Bay of Green Bay on a daily basis. For more information, give Brett a call. That phone number is 715-581-5678. 581-5678.
Evinrude has taken the most advanced outboards in the world and added the best coverage on the water. During the Evinrude Perfect 10 sales event, get 10 full years of coverage, the very best protection in the industry, on all E-Tech engines and accessories. This exclusive limited time offer is valued up to $7,500. Only Evinrude lets you have it all. The world's best outboard with the world's best coverage. For details, visit evinrude.com.
If you fish, chances are you've used a mustad hook. That's all we use.
Mark, get him in there. Army tank Daredale. Oh, there is a big boy. I mean, I just can't believe this, folks. Oh, let's see him, buddy. Look at that. That 10 seconds, though, makes a big difference, buddy. Well, that one is a gorgeous fish. Is that pushing 3?
It's 3. We're going to weigh it.
Mustad, the world's largest manufacturer of fishing hooks. Get the point? We did. Jolly, looks like this is going to close our show here today, buddy.
All righty.
And here he comes. Just gorgeous. Well, Rob. I guess when you're using that Seagar line, you can flip them in. And Brett, this wasn't an unusually great day of fishing either.
No, we've definitely had better ones. Last week I had a couple of really good days, but you know, it's just always really good fishing out here and catch a lot of nice fish.
And Blake, what did you think of your first walleye experience on the Bay of Green Bay?
It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, good time. And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know where we're going to fish yet. We'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.
Hey, John Gillespie. Hey.